Sowing History, Reaping Justice is the inaugural exhibition of the Slavery North Initiative at UMass Amherst. How this exhibition has come about is from the students in my class of Visual Culture of Slavery. They were tasked with a daunting assignment of creating children's books, illustrated children's books, about slavery in Canada and or the U.S. North. Children's literature has existed for centuries. The first known children's book was published in the USA in the 1600s and in Canada in the 1800s. And in the 1800s, we saw the first illustrated children's books that were introducing them to the topic of transatlantic slavery in the USA. Today, the children's book industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and many of those children's book authors and illustrators actually do tackle complex, difficult histories. To date, there's only 2 books about Canadian slavery published for children, and they're both written in French. What we do have in Canada are many books written for adults in academia, and for children on the Underground Railroad. So those are books, though, that position Canada as an abolitionist haven. And that's a 30-year window of time from 1834 to the end of the U.S. Civil War, 1865. What's missing are books designed to tackle the 200-year history of Canadian slavery from the 1600s to 1834. So what's really powerful, I think, is that the students have helped to fill that void as opposed to waiting for someone else to do it. Where the students were challenged was to make sure that the text and the images were authentic and rigorous in terms of correctly representing slavery as it transpired in a cold climate region. So why this is so powerful and important is that it's tremendously difficult to write about and present a 400-year genocide in an age-appropriate way to children in a way that doesn't sanitize those histories and still maintains the complexity. The students were tasked then with creating both the text and finding a way to create appropriate images. And so what we have here on display are 18 hard copy books, as well as excerpts and images across 4 themes, which came from the students themselves. And those themes are enslaved people who were born in Africa, enslaved biography, enslaved children, and enslaved resistance. Slavery North has a social justice mission because we understand that the aftermath of transatlantic slavery is still being experienced by Indigenous people and Black people today in places like the USA and Canada. The power of this exhibition now is that there's many forces working against this history being made public and being taught in a rigorous way. The power of teaching this subject to my students now is the power and potential of the digital age. When I previously taught this class, we were able to share the hard copies of the books, but we weren't able to share digital copies. So I'm very pleased that my students' work will be read far beyond UMass Amherst and far into the future.